So I have been hearing a lot about this TikTok curling method where you take some kind of piece of fabric and you wrap around your hair and then it makes these beautiful waves. So I really wanted to try it, and I didn't just want to try it for one day and call it good. So I actually tried this method a lot, and I tried it, then I wanted to perfect it, and I wanted to give you kind of a ended result as if it was worth it or not, and all the pros and cons to the method. So that's what this video is about. I hope you enjoy it. So without further ado, let's dive in. Also part of this, which wasn't completely part of the video, but I also was kind of comparing it to my favorite heatless curling method. Obviously they're two completely different curls, but this is my preferred method of curling whenever I do anything. It's super easy and works really well for me. So whenever I'm doing a heatless curling method or a curling method in general, I always compare it to my favorite heatless curling methods. So I'm going to be bringing this up a lot throughout the video, and I will make sure to link below my original heatless curling method video if you'd like to check that out. Also, this was supposed to be a whole video about me trying out different popular TikTok heatless curls, but that didn't end up working out, so we just did this one method. Anyways, let's dive into the video. Again, as I said, let's dive in. Okay, here we go. Alrighty, so for this one, I saw a bunch of different versions of it. I saw a few YouTubers do it. Basically, you take some kind of piece of fabric or clothing, and then you put it around your head, and then you wrap the hair around it, and that's how it works. So I'm gonna try it and just see. I'm not exactly sure how well this is gonna work. I tried something similar a while ago, it didn't work, but I'm just curious. We're gonna add water, basically like I did last time. Basically the same amount I do for any other heatless curl I would be doing. Alrighty, so then here is my old camisole that I cut up. What I'm gonna do is just roll it so it's kind of like this. This is a little bit thicker, so if this doesn't turn out, I might do it again and just have it a little bit thinner, because my hair doesn't pick up a curl very easily. I'm gonna clip the other side with some claw clips, and then let's start. So essentially you take a section of hair, you wrap it around, and then once you get to the other side, you pick up more hair, I think this is how you do it, and then wrap it around, so everything is going away from your face. And I'm wrapping this really tightly because whenever I do my hair in something like this, it always falls out by the next day, and it's really annoying. So what I'm doing is wrapping it as tightly as I can and keeping it as close to my hair as I can, so that way it's there is no way that this is gonna be loose and therefore not pick up a curl. Alrighty, so then you're supposed to wrap it around the end. So I'm going to try to do that. There's not a lot of room left, but that's okay. This is surprisingly easy. That's kind of crazy. Alrighty. And then you just secure it at the end with an elastic. Wow, that actually looks kind of what it's supposed to look like, I think. Okay. I'm not going to speak too soon because I don't know what the curls are going to look like. Continuing on, but at the other side, grab a section, wrap it around, and grab more. So one thing I did wrong here was that I had a middle part, and it's fine if you want a middle part, but whatever part you're doing it in now is what the hairstyle is going to be once you take it out. So I normally do a side part when I'm doing curls, and I did a middle part in this. So if you're going to do a side part, make sure to do that before doing this method. Okay, so now I'm gonna go about my day. I might take this out and redo it tonight because I don't really want to wear this for the rest of the day. But I will see you tomorrow, and I'll take them out and I'll show you guys what the curls look like. I'm really excited and a little bit nervous. So I don't know why, maybe it was because of the fabric that held a lot of moisture or whatever, but the next morning my hair was not dry. So I just used the diffuser on our what is this called? Hair dryer, super easy. But I used the diffuser on our hair dryer to dry my hair. And every time I've tried to do this curling method since, it's never dried completely overnight, even when I do very little water. So I'm not exactly sure why this happens and if it's fixable, but it's not that hard. It took me like 5 minutes to dry my hair the next day, but yeah, it definitely does not dry by the next day. And maybe it would if you had thinner hair, but the several times I've done this method, it has not dried by the next day. When I first took them out, they seemed a little bit tight to me, but my hair falls out of curls very easily, so it was actually perfect. However, if you have thinner hair or hair that holds a curl better, you should use a bigger shirt with more fabric.
Oh my goodness. Wow. I would not expect this to be heatless. This is like really pretty. It's a little bit tight in some areas, like right here. But that's pretty. Okay, let's do the other side. Yes, I am. If you saw these curls, you'd be shocked that they're heatless. Shooketh. I'll come out when I'm done. And I'll show you, and you'll be shooketh. This side really got the curls. I'm gonna run my fingers through, just gently break them up. Or not. Okay. Wow. One thing that they say you need to do, which I did not, is put your part line wherever you're going to have it. So I probably would have done a side part for this, but I forgot to do that. So we're just going to be stuck with this. But this is so pretty. I haven't seen the back. I'm going to quickly see the back. There is an obvious, like, doesn't start till here in the back. So this is something you probably wouldn't be able to do on short hair. It is so pretty. This is definitely a success. I love this. I'm gonna add a little bit of oil to it to kind of calm it down. And I guess I'll see you like in a few hours and see if it holds up.
So I lost the footage to when I showed you what it looked like a few hours later that day, but I decided to retry it a few days later and really perfect it. Now there were some things I changed, like I parted my hair on the right side. I also added oil to my hair before wrapping it around just so it wouldn't be as curled. But there was some things I couldn't change, like my hair being so wet in the morning. I added very little water and it still was wet the next morning, and the curls ended up being not as strong, and that could have been from the oil, but I think it was from the fact that I didn't have as much water on my hair, so it didn't stay in as well as the first time, which wasn't amazing, but it wasn't that big of a deal. So I just say if you're going to do this, you kind of have to expect to dry it the next morning. And a few things I wanted to mention. Sleeping in this is actually not that big of a deal. If you're a back sleeper, it's completely fine. If you are a side sleeper, it's a little bit awkward, but it's not half as bad as a lot of things. And then once you're done taking it out, you can add a little bit of hairspray to make it stay in better. Okay, so I thought I'd give you a quick update. This is what the curls look like a couple hours later. They're still really pretty, but I did want to do a half updo because my hair was getting in my face. So I'm going to quickly do that, and then I'll go about the rest of the day and probably see you right before I work out, because that's when my hair just gets destroyed. This is what my hair looks like. I took it out at like 7, so it has been in for about 9 hours, and this is what it looks like now. Back, the front. So I thought I would give some closing statements about just explaining, like not explaining, but just like saying all the pros and cons and what I like about it and all the things. So this method I would say is really good. I would recommend everyone trying it, or everyone who likes that kind of cute wavy look. It's just a really good method. This wouldn't work on short hair just because it mainly targets like the front and the ends of your hair, so it wouldn't get the back, and if you have short hair it probably wouldn't work. But I think the things, like I think it takes really fast. Like I would say it's probably just as long as my like braiding my hair, so I would say it's very time effective. I every single time I did it had to use the diffuser the next morning. I don't know why that is, but it happened. So, and I tried, like I'd use hardly any water. So I don't know, maybe this didn't happen for anyone else, but that was something, like it wasn't that big of a deal. I'd take 5 minutes in the morning to diffuse my hair, dry it, but it had to happen every single morning. And then taking it out was a breeze, and then you just spray it and you're done. I recommend doing hairspray, but you don't necessarily have to. So like 1 out of 10 for this method, I'd probably give it like, what are the cons? I'm trying to think. It doesn't work on short hair. I can't really think of anything else. There's nothing like really annoying about this curling method, so I'd probably give it a 9. It's a really good method. Now you're probably looking at my hair and you're like, well, it all fell out. Why are you liking it? But the thing is that I don't think, well, besides my favorite heatless curls, I've never had a really good curling method, heatless or otherwise, that has curled my hair and let it stay in all day without using a whole bottle of hairspray. And so the fact that this curls my hair at all and makes it look really pretty and the way I want it without using heat and stays in for a decent amount of time, I am just so grateful. So if I was going to do this for an event or something, I would probably just take the curls out right before I'm about to leave, and it would work out great. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a lot of just trying to figure out what worked and what didn't, and I'm really glad that I tried this method. I really like it, and I'm definitely going to be doing it in the future. But that's it for today's video, guys. I will see you on Friday for my next video, so stay tuned. Bye!